Got One Solar Shine and my boy Kama out here. So as you guys know, I definitely want to make sure I'm going live every Thursday. I apologize for the noise. Always happens, right? When you're about to do something. Hopefully everyone's good out there. So we just got done with some jobs, and I'm out here at a Starbucks. So I wanted to take the moment real quick to go live. I know a lot of you are waiting for these live sessions. And like I've stated before, I'm going to go live every Thursday. So I definitely want to keep that momentum going. And today's video is a really good one. It's actually I was thinking of talking about something else and showing something else, but I had a lot of people talk about, and that's the reason why I brought my boy Kama on here. Is I have a lot of people reach out and talk to me about yesterday's video that I posted on YouTube. All right, yesterday's video was about calling other solar panel cleaners and also an installer, and we talked about pricing. Okay, but we'll go more into details about this, so stay tuned. For those of you that are just hopping on as well, make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment. Let me know if you have any questions throughout the video, and I'll obviously share it. Share it with either other cleaners or share it with other business owners or even homeowners. If they're interested in learning about these topics. But quickly, Kama, I appreciate you being on, man.
Yeah,
And
of course.
I know you had a busy day. So present yourself. Tell these people who are watching who you are, where are you located, and what do you do?
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, brother. So I'm Kama. I'm the owner of Palm Coast Solar Cleaning. We service Azusa, Glendora, California, and our service area is the San Gabriel Valley and the surrounding cities. So basically, LA County, Orange County, Inland Empire. Pretty much, if you're not really known to the area, it's where Pasadena, California is. So from Pasadena to the 15th Highway, so Fontana, California, which is basically like a 30 to 40-mile radius around Azusa. I'm
Nice.
originally from Hawaii. I moved here about 10 years ago, and I started my business about 3 years ago during COVID. So I've been doing
Nice.
business for about 3 years, and it's been pretty good.
Okay, so I never asked you, bro, but since you brought it up, so did you come from Hawaii with like this sort of idea of getting into home services, or how did that spark up?
No, so I grew up around construction workers. My father was always a construction worker and handyman, so I worked on roofs and stuff with him all the time. But there is really no way how I got into the home services, because I actually work at a brewery that's not too far from here. I'm an assistant manager over there, and I've been there ever since it started. The only way I got into doing solar maintenance or just home services was just during COVID. There wasn't much to do. I had to work around the house. I lived in a house that we rented, and I also had 40 solar panels on top of the house. And just because we're stuck at home, I figure I had to fix some things up around the house, and
Yeah.
then also clean the panels because we got our electric bill a couple times, and I realized it was kind of high. And I looked outside. I was like, oh, okay, the panels look pretty dirty. Maybe they probably need to be cleaned. So we have an inverter, and I kind of did the research to kind of tell how I can track the production and see what's going on. I did that, and then I did the cleaning, realized there was actually a pretty good increase in the production of solar. And then I just kind of went to town trying to do all the research.
Nice, nice. So you basically kind of did it out of need because of COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. I had nothing else to do, and I figured this would probably be the thing to do.
Nice, dude. That's dope. I like that too because a lot of people during COVID, they kind of didn't have much to do, so they just went out and made babies or something. But you
Yeah,
went and
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I did something way better. Well, the thing is, my wife. We weren't married at that time. We just recently got married last year, but um, she was actually gone in Africa because we have a
oh
nonprofit
wow,
organization, and where we build wheelchairs for disabled kids or anyone who's disabled and they can't walk. Um, but she got stuck there because of COVID, and
oh
I was stuck
wow.
here obviously. So I was like, man, I don't have anything to do. So
You no choice but to make money.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if this is a thing that can happen and see if there's any businesses out there like this. There
Yeah.
wasn't that much during COVID. I mean, there was a few, one in every major city maybe. And then I did more research and I realized there was no one around me that was really doing it. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's start a business.
That's dope, bro. That's I've never asked you. That's a dope story. I mean,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. It's funny how out of that need, and I feel like COVID, for a lot of people, they kind of saw it as a bad thing, but really for a lot of people who have that entrepreneur mindset or have that just
Right.
go get it and hustle mindset, like there are moments when the economy crashes or when things happen negatively, by for the society or whatever for a group of people. If you have a different mindset, you can definitely make the best out of it. And a lot of
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and
and for
we're
someone like
getting free
you,
money.
yeah,
Like the government was giving us free money, so I was like, okay, I have nothing else to spend it on, so I
right.
might as well
That's how you
see
got
if
your
I
solo
can.
tech and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice, that's dope, bro. That's dope.
yeah.
So Kama, you've been doing this for a couple years now, right? And
Hmm.
as I mentioned in the intro, for those of you who are just tuning in right now, Kama out here, he's also a solar panel cleaner. He's not one of the ones that I called in yesterday's video. I didn't want to put him on blast that way, so I wanted to bring him on in today's video. But for those of you watching, like I said, we're going to be talking about pricing. Okay, that big P letter word that a lot of people just love to talk about. A lot of people love to throw around, and sometimes it could be in a limbo when you're in an industry that is very new, or in an industry that there's not a lot of people maybe in your area to to talk about, right? To share pricing, to share what the market looks like. So, Kama being out in SoCal, and of course, I'm over here with All One Solar Shine in NorCal, right? Did you guys ever think SoCal and NorCal will be teaming up? But we're doing
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Kama, quickly regarding pricing. So
Yeah.
I'll start first by sharing my one story minimum. All right, it starts at 150.
Right.
Okay, my
Same for
two
me.
sto- same for you. Okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
my two-story minimum starts at 200.
Yep. Same for me. 199.
Perfect, perfect. And just to reiterate for all of you, we're talking about pricing. None of this was rehearsed. None of this was, do what I'm
Yeah.
doing. No, like Kama's doing
No.
his own
Yeah.
business. I'm doing my own, and it just so happens that we have the same minimum. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And this is up for up to 30 panels on their roof.
Okay. Perfect. So you do
Yeah.
have some, some variations of the pricing as well.
Right. Yeah. So I do same prices as you for any style of roof. And if the travel is a little bit more farther outside of the service area, then obviously I will tack on another cost like $25 per travel
Right.
fee. But that's within the price of the service.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but yeah, this it's 150 and 199 for single story and double story for cleaning up to 30 panels. So
Perfect. And then what's your pricing? What's your minimum pricing for bird proofing?
bird proofing would be $800.
800. That's including material and labor.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then obviously it goes off of the size of the system, and what you're working with as far as single or double story, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Now, for those of you that are just starting out, for those of you that just want to, that are watching and want to know, okay, where do we get our pricing from? Or if you're just starting out, maybe in a city and you don't have no one else to talk to about this, or maybe like I had someone actually reach out to me last week from South Africa. I had someone reach out to me from Lebanon. So maybe you're even in a different country watching this. I appreciate your support and love. Now, where did we get our pricing from? Okay, how do you get your pricing? Kama, where did you get your solar panel cleaning pricing from when you just started? How did you come up with that 150 and 200 range?
Yeah, so I guess I might be different than a lot of other people, but when I first started
Difference
my
good, man.
business,
Difference good.
yeah. So when I first started, I did as much research as I could possibly get. I wanted to make sure I answered every single question before I asked it. So, you know how there's a lot of people that go on groups or they just ask other cleaners, like, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? How did you get your pricing? How did you get that? No, I wanted to make sure I didn't ask those questions, so what I
Okay.
did was I tried to research as much as I can.
What did you
Talk to
research though to not have to
just
ask those questions?
yeah. So trying to go online, trying to see what the service is. Think in my head, how much would I want to charge for that? Like just brainstorming something because obviously getting on a roof, that you have to think about insurance and the equipment you're using and stuff like that. How much you would want to pay yourself. So I just kind of thought of a pricing that I thought was like worthy, and that started around like 90, $100. And
Got it.
then after and I also asked friends. I went around like, hey, if I went to clean your solar system, how much would you pay me? They'll tell me how much it is. I'll find the happy medium and see if that'd work out. I'm also very nonchalant too. So I called a lot of people, or I guess, some of the competitors that was around, and I asked them like, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm actually starting a business just like yours, and I'm not in your area for say, but I'm, kind of near, and I just want to see if you could help me understand more about the industry and like pricing. How much do you charge and stuff like that?" Some were really nice, some were really kind of mean on the phone, and I was like, okay, it's all good. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
mind.
We don't have to say we don't have to say any names. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, and that's why when people call me and ask for pricing, I don't care about giving it because I'm very firm in my services and what I provide, and
Yeah,
I'm also very helpful.
yeah,
So because of that, trying to get my pricing from other people, I don't mind us helping others.
for sure.
Um, so I kind of put that all together, and then also I guess the use of the equipment, the DI water, my labor, and stuff like that, and kind of just put it all together and got the pricing from
Right.
there.
'Cause you
Like
have
everyone
employees,
else,
right?
yeah, I do. I have three guys right now.
Okay. So are you saying
Uh,
sorry, like everyone else?
Yeah, so just like everyone else, I did start charging a little cheaper, but that didn't last that long because I realized, like, after like 5 or 10 jobs, I was like, okay, this is not working out. Because I
Hmm.
went back, I looked at, what I'm using on gas, how much water gallons I'm using, because I used to count my gallons. Now I don't,
Nice.
because now I know how much I use. The time we spent at the job, how can we make it more efficiently? And then kind of just gathered that kind of data and then put together for pricing.
Okay, perfect. Now, so and just to quickly recap, so you did a lot of research at the beginning. First, you thought about like kind of what do you want to earn, what's and also how do you cover your expenses. That kind of
Hmm.
led to you calling other people, getting good like some market research, and then that it has now led to you having employees. So maybe your expenses has gone up, and
Yeah,
then obviously from the beginning you were charging a little lower to what you're charging now, correct?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that's definitely a very well known, I'm not going to say story, but common in the industry, right? For a lot of us who are either just getting in or that are about to start.
Hmm.
Number one is what I'm going to say is find your expenses, okay? Your expenses, you have to know them really well. That way, you know exactly what you're going to be paying from the company's pocket because the last thing
For
you want
sure.
to do is pay too much out of the company's pocket and then what happens, you go out of business. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to know what your expenses are when it comes to licenses, when it comes to insurance, when it comes to maybe an employee, if you're going to have one or two or three. Also your gas, I mean, right now I don't know what it is for you in Kama, but out here it's like 580 a gallon.
Oh yeah. Same thing
you
out
know
here. Yeah,
so
and you bring up a
so
great point because, like, my pricing started when the industry was just kind of short. There
yeah.
wasn't really much people doing solar cleaning at all. So their pricing was, iffy. You didn't really know what to do because there wasn't that much people doing it. But
Hmm.
now, since there's so much resources out there, like there's a lot of groups, that are actually, solid in the industry. They have a set standard now that they can place their pricing at instead of undercutting the market or being cheap anymore. There's no
Absolutely.
excuse for it. Now that the industry is there, you know how much to charge.
Absolutely. Now, and that definitely goes for everyone that's in California because I mean, there's plenty of cleaners now. I'm not gonna say there's abundant of us, but there's plenty of cleaners all across California. I know in Hawaii. I know in other states as well. But for those of you who are like I said earlier, that are in Lebanon, South Africa, Portugal, or even Mexico, wherever you are across the world, maybe there aren't abundant of cleaners in your area, so you don't know who to call. You don't know how to market this. You can't go off of commas pricing or my pricing because of just where you live, right? You don't
Location
even use
plays a big
dollars.
role.
Hmm. So for people like that, that's where the whole research goes to your expenses. Okay, that's where it goes to how much is your insurance, how much is your daily operating cost. Okay, how much does it cost you every single day to turn on that van, go out there and go to work. Okay, like I said, gas, employees, insurance, wear and tear on both your vehicle, wear and tear on your equipment, maintenance on your vehicle. Okay, all these things have to go into play, and you have to know these
Oh
numbers.
yeah.
That way, you know exactly what it's costing you every day to turn that vehicle on and go to work. Once you get that number, throw in your margin. comma, if you don't mind sharing, roughly what's a margin that you always aim towards, achieving?
Well, I try to always at least achieve 35% to 40%. That's like the average in business. You want to
Absolutely.
always make sure you're getting, 35 to 40% profit, because, the other 30% or so is towards your expenses.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't know the expenses do wear up. If the expenses are not weren't like coming up like currently, it's gonna show up eventually, like with your truck, what you said, and stuff like that, things breaking and all that. So you always want to try to shoot for that mark at 35 to 40%.
Absolutely perfect. And yeah, and like Kama was saying, I want to reiterate, you want to shoot for that. Why? Because okay, let's just say you have a vehicle expense, right? Your transmission goes out, or just your motor goes out, or something, right? And this is your moneymaker. You need that vehicle. So for those of you who are charging right now $50, $75, or you're in a different country and you're charging a lot lower than what you should be charging, down the line, down the road, when something happens to your vehicle, or when something happens to maybe your equipment, your power washer goes out, your brush falls off the roof and breaks in half, or just whatever the case may be, there comes that hidden expense that you may not have the money saved for because you're not hitting the margins that you should be hitting, right?
Hmm.
So knowing that daily operating costs is crucial. It's really important. Shout out to Luis with Solar Panel Cleaners LLC. He definitely is someone who talks very big about this, and he's always engraved this in my head and has really helped me also understand this, and not just understand it, but also implement it and know, just the importance of this daily operating cost.
Yep.
So surrounding myself with Kama, with Luis, with the Birdman, with all these other top-notch cleaners have definitely helped me motivate myself, grow, and know about this industry, and only get bigger and better, and know all the ins and outs when it comes to growth, when it comes to management, when it comes to operating. That way we can always surround ourselves with individuals that have the same goal in mind, right? And
Hmm.
so pricing is very important. And for those of you, I know it's a struggle for many of you, especially those that live in a different country that don't have that support system maybe in that country or in that region. But hopefully, with us talking, with us sharing some of these, tips and tricks, or not even tips and tricks, but just regular research that everyone can do across the world, no matter where you're at, you can easily find what your expenses are. You want to put your margin on top of that, and there will be your selling costs. Okay. This
Right.
is obviously for solar panel cleaning. Now, Kama, let's just say you get into a service. I know because you don't just do solar panel cleaning. You don't just do bird proofing. I've seen a couple of your videos where you do like pressure washing and stuff like that,
Hmm.
right? So let's just say you've hit up with a specific task that is just that one-off task, something that you don't normally do, but yet you have the equipment to do it, right?
Right.
How do you go about pricing that?
Right. So,
Maybe
I
you even
mean,
had an example.
yeah, yeah. So, like, like I was saying earlier, before I do anything, I do the research. Um, I went on all the tons of the group pages for pressure washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning, all those groups, and I tried to find the happy medium, whatever everyone else is saying, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went to kind of see like if there's any groups for my area. If there was, it helped a lot. If there wasn't, um, the way I got my pricing was I would try to shoot for like a specific hourly rate, which is normally $80 to $100 an hour. And if someone came to me like a normal single story home, 1,400 square feet, shingle roof, all that for gutter cleaning, um, if they came to me to ask for our services, I will take a look at their property using Google Earth, and then I'll kind of measure out the linear feet. Uh, Kind of think in my head how long it's going to take me to clean the gutters, and then that's how I'd price. If it was about 200 linear feet of gutters, the whole house is wrapped with gutters.
Yeah.
I kind of think, okay, that might take me 2 hours if it's really packed with debris in it. So let me see if I can try and charge like 200 something dollars, and then tell the customer if it seems like they say yes really quick. That means my pricing might have been a little too low. So I was like, oh, okay. That I know I can raise my price a little bit.
Right.
If they gave me a little sticker shock on it, then I might think, okay, my pricing is a little bit too high. So I will try to shoot for that mark. And then, for the next quote I get, maybe I might lower it just a little bit and kind of find the happy medium of pricing like that. And that's for all my services. Window cleaning, uh, pressure washing, all that stuff. Even commercial jobs. I tried to find the happy medium. I try to shoot my shot with what I can, and then kind of work from there. Because then I'll ask them like, hey, is it like the value or is it the cost? If they say the cost, then I think my area might be just a little bit less to spend. So that's how I kind of get my pricing or quoting.
Okay, perfect. No, that makes total sense, and I like that. A lot of times we have to just, take our shot, and sometimes the shot definitely, hits a target, and sometimes it doesn't. But as long as we learn from it, as long as we always, you have to know how to read people. You have to know how to really
Right.
listen to
Yeah.
really
Exactly.
understand, right?
Yeah.
And it's very important for those of you that are watching. You have to have people skills, especially in the commercial world. Okay, you have to
Yeah.
know what body language or just what they're kind of saying indirectly, especially in the commercial world, because some of these people, I mean, either A, they're going for the cheapest route, or B, they are looking for a high quality service, but they do have a budget in mind, right?
Right.
And so you really have to know some of those questions to ask. You really want to know kind of just what sort of feedback are they giving you, maybe not directly but indirectly, to help you understand, is your price too high? Is your price too low? Is the price just right? They just need some time now. So a lot of these things just go off of one experience. They go off of two, asking the right questions, okay? Um, Going off into questions, when you give a price comment, do you ever do in-person inspections or in-person quotes, or is it normally over the phone?
It's normally on the phone. Actually, I was at first starting doing in-person quoting because obviously I didn't know how to price things. Um, then after quite a few jobs, I realized I could just do this over the phone. I just needed their address because, like I said, I try to shoot for a certain amount per hour. So if
Right.
I know if I know me and my crew can get done within a certain amount of time, then we obviously get that mark that I was shooting for.
Got
So the only type of jobs that I do on-site inspections now just to kind of do quoting is bird proofing because you never know what you're going to get for bird proofing and the
it.
extent of the problem is either really low or really high.
Yep.
So you have to always go on site for that one. And
Absolutely.
then the other ones are for commercial. For commercial solar cleaning, I don't have to go on site for the initial quote. I can send in a bid because I know my equipment and my crew and kind of the pace that we can get commercial sites done for solar cleaning. And then I do ask to do an on-site inspection after I send out the bid because I do tell them like the price can be subject to change depending if we need a lift, stuff like that. So I tell them you have the base rate of what it is for labor and stuff like that, and then we'll come out, check out your system, see if there's anything wrong, see if we do need a lift, if there's no water access, stuff like that. Then we might have to charge a little if I have to run a water buffalo, stuff like that. And HOA gutter cleaning is what we do a lot, and we actually just got approved for a very big bid. That's going to
Nice.
be like a 5-day project. Um, that stuff I have to go on site because, like the one that I just did a bit on, their gutters had rust and gutter guards, or they had gutter guards all over their gutters, and they didn't know that. And the gutter guards are rusting all over their gutters, so I had to tell them that. You'd never really know how to price a whole entire HOA property because I'm not going to walk around an entire community to measure out their gutters.
Hmm.
So I kind of just think in my head, how long is this going to take me? How long is it going to take my crew to get this done? And this is how I'm going to price it.
Got it. Perfect. Cool. 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 Sounds good, man. So we're definitely ending towards the end of this live stream. So I appreciate all of you that are watching. Hopefully you guys have been able to understand pricing, have been able to understand how Kama and I got our pricing and how we also continue to price our services now. There's many factors that go involved that get involved into it. One being the market research, two being your daily operating costs, and then of course three being your region. Depending on where you live, where you are, can always not affect the pricing, but kind of just determine the pricing, right? Um, Especially when you're overseas. The last thing I really wanted to touch base when it comes to pricing, and not so much pricing in general, like just what the price is, but just the overall how you manage it or how you handle it. And for those of you that are just watching, we have Kama here with Palmco Solar Cleaning, right? He's based out of over there near Fontana. So appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share for those of you who also know other solar panel cleaners, because I know this is gonna be a really good one. Yesterday I dropped a video and had a lot of inquiries or just a lot of feedback of just more about pricing, how I got my pricing, and just how to go about pricing certain services. So last question, like I was saying, comma, let's just say I want to know if you've ever had, maybe there's an example where you, for example, let's just say gutter cleaning or windows, right? Where you went out to do a window cleaning or you went out to do a gutter cleaning, but either you found gutter guards that weren't expected, or you found windows that had water spots, or you found some unexpected, um, change to the scope that now either makes you do more work or makes you take more time to complete the job. Do you eat the cost and stick with the price that you gave, or do you go back to the homeowner or to the commercial account and be like, hey, I didn't see this, or this wasn't noted, this is where we have to change the price a bit? How do you handle, how do you manage that, if that's
Yeah,
ever
that's
been involved?
that's that's really hard. For most of the time, I'd say like 80 to 90%, I eat the cost because once when I arrive, I let the homeowner know what I saw and if there's any problem. I told them, I tell them, we're gonna avoid that section or whatever it is for right now, and I tell my guys this too. We don't want to spend no real long time on something that's gonna take us forever.
Yeah.
We want to get everything else done, and we can always return. Now, if it's in the way, then we got to try and see if we can get it done. But we leave it alone. I let the homeowner know about it and say, hey, this might take us a little bit more time, but most of the time I have confidence in like my equipment and my crew and stuff like that. So um, I just eat the costs. We get everything else done. If we do end up finishing fast with everything else, then yeah, we can just eat the costs because we still have a lot of time. If it does push us a little bit, if it pushes us about 30 minutes to an hour later, I might have to ask them. I might have to ask them if we can leave it alone or not do it, or I'd have to charge them. So it's totally up to the homeowners decision if either they want to pay for us to do it or if they just want us to leave it alone because there's a problem.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. So, in my experience, so that way I can share also a little bit of what happened to me. Was there was two experiences. One was with gutter cleaning, and one was with window cleaning. Okay. I
Hmm.
show up to a house for window cleaning, and there was one section that had paint overspray. They had painted
Oh
their
yeah,
house, and so something like that. And it was pretty heavy. Like just a lot of like little pecks all over the window on one side of the house. So when it comes to like this, I always let people know that you know pricing is subject to change if unforeseen events happen, or unforeseen problems occur, on the job site or whatever the case may be. And in these two cases where there was paint overspray and the gutter cleaning was the homeowner. I asked him, "Do you have gutter guards?" He said, "No, I don't have any gutter guards." Okay, I said, "Okay, great." Gutter guards. Oh, sorry, for gutter cleaning, I don't normally do inspections. I'm able to just see the property via Google, map it out, measure it all out, and then I charge per linear foot. Now, what happened with this house, after I asked him, "Do you have any gutter guards?" "No, I don't." "What's the reason for cleaning?" My gutters are clogged up during the last rainstorm. Everything was overflowing. So, his whole mindset was just like, my gutters are clogged and this and that, and they're dirty. I show up to the house with the gutter cleaning, and he actually had gutter
the
guards
gutter guys.
the
Oh
entire
yeah.
house. So I told him this. I said, "All
Oh
right, there's two options. I can either A, leave it alone and not do it, or B, unfortunately I have to remove these gutters. I have to gutter guards. I have to clean it, and then we have to put the gutter guards back on if you want us to." And
yeah.
so
For
he's
something like that, you have to be strict with the homeowner and tell them, hey, because something like that, it does take an exponential amount of time to remove
absolutely.
those gutter guards and put them back. So something like that, you definitely have to tell them and say, "Hey, I will charge, a hundred something dollars or so because it's gonna take you a whole extra hour and a half for
Oh,
something
for
like
sure.
that."
Yeah, I mean, even
Yeah,
more depending on the size of the system. The
for
size of the
sure.
gutters. So,
Yeah,
and then with the other house with the window cleaning, it was the same thing. The lady said, "Oh, I'm sorry," because she had this house for window cleaning. I always do on-site inspections because I have
yeah.
to see the windows. I want to see what I'm working with. But for this one, there was a scheduling conflict. We couldn't find a good time, so I said, "Okay, look." can you send me four pictures, one of each side of your house, right? But really good pictures, that way I can see all the windows, see the size of the windows. She said, yeah, great. Pictures were good, but obviously, with pictures you can't really see the details of the glass.
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
asked her, do you have any hard water stains? Do you have anything that that requires extra attention on the window? She said no. I get to the house. I gave her the price. Obviously, I get to the house, and one side of the house did have paint overspray on all the windows. So I explained to her like, hey, I apologize for the price that I've given you, but the price doesn't include the paint removal of this side of the house. So I'm going to be requiring a lot more scraping to do, a lot more cleaning and detail work on these windows. So the price will change per this extra work and time that's going to be involved. She was extremely understanding of it, and that's something that I definitely want all of you guys to understand that too. When you get your pricing, and when you go submit your quotes, your bids, or you have your pricing down, if things change because you're on site, do not be afraid to let the homeowner know or to let that commercial account know. Okay.
Oh,
Bottom
for
line,
sure.
you are running a business. Okay.
Yep.
You are putting food on your table, on your family's table. You're putting food on maybe the table of your employees. So you have to take care of all that. You have to really be firm, like Kama just said. Be firm with the pricing and be firm with the amount of work that you're doing. Okay. So don't be afraid and thinking you're going to lose the count, you're going to lose trust of the homeowner. I mean, as long as you have pictures or as long as whatever is involved that's extra can easily be seen, like for example the windows, or if it's the gutter guards on the gutters, take some videos, take some photos. That way you continue to keep that trust with the homeowner, right? You definitely don't want to ever make something up or go
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
do something poorly. That way you lose the trust, and now you're just now it's all bad.
Yeah.
But that was definitely something I wanted to share, and I definitely this. I know we both got things to do, so I hopefully all of you guys were able to enjoy this. Kama, I appreciate you jumping on and sharing
Oh
this
yeah, of
time with me
course. I
again.
appreciate you, man. I mean, a lot of people that are just trying to start their businesses right now, they don't realize how much of a big resource you are putting all this content out. You have put out so much content for people to see that they should already know how to start a business and what to charge and how to do it.
Yeah, I
So,
appreciate that, man.
yeah, you're definitely leading the industry for solar maintenance and home services. Definitely a great resource for a lot of people. All they got to do is hop on YouTube and type in your name, and that's it.
That's right. That's right. But once
Yeah.
again, for those of you that are just hopping on a little late, Kama, where are you from? What do you do? And just shout out. How can they get a hold of you if they need to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'm Kama, the owner of Palm Coast Solar Cleaning. We're located here in Azusa, Glendora, California, but we service the San Gabriel Valley, which is about a 30-mile radius. If you're not really sure about the area, it's from Pasadena, California, all the way to Fontana, California, and north and south. You can get a hold of me at 626-214-5477, or you can just look up Palm Coast Solar Cleaning, and you'll see my name everywhere.
Perfect. Sounds good, Kama. Well, I appreciate you, brother, and all of you that are watching. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for the love and support. Make sure you guys like
Sure.
and comment if you have any questions. If you know of any solar panel clinic that can definitely benefit from this video, share it. Maybe
For
another
sure.
homeowner or commercial account, share it with them. Because both Kama from Palm Coast and Edgar with All One Solar Shine, we want to help you out. We're here to help you guys out. We were both in that position where we reached out to other individuals that didn't really give us a smile, and so we want to make sure we return that smile because hey,
Yeah.
everyone starts somewhere, and this pie of solar panel cleaning is way too big for all of us right now. So
Yeah, it's not
there's plenty for
competition,
everyone.
man. It's a community.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, Kamo, I appreciate you, brother. Get out there, go out and grind, and you got things in store for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We got a full day tomorrow of recurring clients and then an on-site inspection for commercial window cleaning. So we got a lot going on.
Sweet, sweet. Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Take care. Have a good one, and everyone else, thanks for watching.
Alrighty, guys. Have a great time.
Peace.
Have a good one. Peace.